You know, Jerry, I'm not going to tell you that these will increase in value or even hold their current value. The truth is, you bought them because you like them. They have value to you. That's what matters.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombies. So if we have a look at what's going on today, it is Thursday, by the way, and we're seeing some green. We have XRP, EOS, Tron, Cardano, Nano, just to name a few. What makes me happy is that we're sitting above that $200 billion mark, so that's really all I'm looking at right now. Bitcoin dominance has pulled back to about 54.7%, with Bitcoin sitting around $6,434 for the day. Obviously, massive gains in Ripple today, but if we have a look at the biggest gainers, we do see Electroneum up at a whopping 34% today. Now, if you're wondering what the news was that came out about that, well, they basically had their instant payments come out. So as you can see right here, there's actually a demonstration where they pretty much show that they're checking it in the new wallet. You get the notification, and he had sent 500 ETN, and then boom, instant payment received. So a lot of people are super pumped about that. Emmercoin, not too sure. We have RChain, Chainlink, XRP, as we mentioned. FunFair. Now, FunFair is having a little bit of a pump only because that they had the casino fair. That's the first casino that actually is live on the platform, so people are pretty pumped, and you'll be able to use this in 5 different territories. Players will experience unparalleled fairness. They also had an official release on the website itself. And then also we have Decentraland, Basic Attention, Wax, Loopring, Holochain, and Cardano, all doing quite well today as well. Now, if we have a look at the charts, oh wait, not that chart, one sec. There we go. Now, if we have a look at the charts, did you see what happened last night? This was insane. People were freaking out. All of a sudden, the market started dumping. They were like, is this it? Is this the end? And then it hit this resistance point and boom, skyrocketed back up. So we were kind of bouncing around the $6,300 level, fell all the way down. You can see there was a low down here, all the way down to 6,115. And then we sprung back up to if you go off the top of this wick here, you had a $6,500 Bitcoin at one point. So that is very, very interesting. As we move forward, we see it's just been kind of going steadily sideways since then. Now, the one thing that I do point out is we have our wedge over here. I mean, look at this right here. So basically, this is the line that we're following. And look at the wick. It came down here, literally just breached that line and pulled right back up and shot up. So yeah, I mean, so far this is working. So far this is working. I still got my eyes on the end of October, so do or die, right? Also, liquidated short on XBTC USD buy at 6,554,346 at 6,522. Beyond godlike. Times 33. Everyone's freaking out over this. So you know how that goes over there. I love that baby. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So moving on. So we did know that yesterday you had the Virtual Markets Integrity Initiative report that came out. Now they were kind of pinpointing some of these particular exchanges on their proprietary trading, right? And, people weren't really feeling this. It's kind of that whole guilty until proven innocent stance, which really offended a lot of people. So you have Kraken. They basically had things to say about that. They say, thanks to the New York taxpayer for funding this research, saved our product team a lot of time, and we got some interesting non-public info on our competitors. Excellent overview of issue and a nice list of questions customers should ask on page 32. I can sense some heavy sarcasm here. Then they go on to explain more. We must, however, object to the highly unprofessional, malicious implication that because we did not respond to the voluntary information request, we might be operating illegally. We told you we don't operate in New York, so the Attorney General is just trying cases in court of public opinion now. And they go on to talk about it a little more. So the comments get a little heated. As you can see right here, you got everyone kind of, yeah. I'll just drop that. You guys can have fun. So that's basically what's going on with that. You also actually have Jesse Powell, the co-founder and CEO at Kraken himself, saying, New York is that abusive, controlling ex you broke up with 3 years ago, but they keep stalking you, throwing shade on your new relationships, unable to accept that you have happily moved on and are better off without them. Get over it. Now, you guys, I'm from New York. I live in New York, so I do experience a lot of these tough stances. And the thing is a lot of people are arguing, is this really something for the state to decide, or is this more of a federal issue. Should each state be able to come up with their own, laws and regulations around these things? So, Crypto Bobby with the surprise face. As you can see down here, like this dude's getting his popcorn out for the comments. So yeah, I mean, people are going kind of nuts over this. Now, to kind of look at the flip side of it, you do have Coinbase coming out. Now, they took a very different stance on it. So they denied engaging in any of this proprietary trading after the Attorney General reported the firm accounted for almost 20% of transactions on its own platform. So Coinbase's response was, they said, Coinbase welcomes the New York Virtual Markets Integrity Report, which shines a helpful spotlight on important compliances, issues, and digital asset exchange practices. Unfortunately, some media coverage inaccurately characterized the report's findings, which are based on information we voluntarily provided in the Virtual Markets Integrity Initiative questions. We would like to correct the record. And then down here they say, Coinbase does not trade for the benefit of the company on a proprietary basis. In order to provide an easy-to-use customer experience, Coinbase customer quotes a price and then quickly fills the order from our exchange platform, Coinbase Markets. This takes advantage of the liquidity provided by the entire Coinbase ecosystem. When Coinbase executes these trades, it does so on behalf of Coinbase consumer customer, not itself. Which is honestly, on a side note, guys, this is why you should, if you have the time, if you're not in a rush, you shouldn't just buy instantly off of Coinbase. You should actually do a $1 deposit and then go over to Coinbase Pro and then buy it there, because they do just pick an average, right? So when you buy using them, you're usually going to pay a little bit more, right? Because they're just finding a nice little average number. To be honest with you, it's usually conveniently always a lot higher, okay? So just going to say that. But that's what they had to say. Now, moving on to the big news of the day. Oh no, the FUD, right? So another exchange got hacked. Is anybody even concerned anymore? Like, does anybody care? Like, we know, guys, take your coins off the exchanges, please. We've gone over this 100 times. Use them for trading. Get them off. At this point, I don't feel bad for people that get their coins hacked at this point. So anyway, today's news. You have cryptocurrency exchange Zaif, which is operating in Japan, has recently been hacked. Roughly between $59 and $60 million. So according to one official press release, they said that the exchange detected a server error on September 17th, after which they suspended all of the deposits and withdrawals. Later on, the exchange realized that the error was actually a hack and reported the incident to the Japanese FSA. So the hackers stole 5,966 Bitcoin, as well as an additional number of Bitcoin Cash and Monacoin, which is interesting. So as Tech Bureau Incorporated reported, the firm Fiasco Digital Assets Group will help Zaif to cover the lost customer assets by providing 5 billion yen, roughly 44.5 million, and by becoming a majority shareholder in the company. That's an interesting turn of events. So looks like they will be able to cover. Now, are they going to cover everything? I'm not too sure. So the interesting thing about this, though, is that Tech Bureau had already been slapped with 2 business improvement orders by regulation earlier this year. I'm just something to note. Just something to note. But they did release this. Now, I did have to translate this page. It was all in a language I couldn't read, clearly, Japan, presumably. So, Japanese. So, as you can see right here, they have a little bit of an explanation as to what's going on. Yeah, but I mean, it's still unfortunate. The thing is, though, you do have to know that NEM actually did come out in response to this. So the NEM Foundation announced that the NEM blockchain platform itself remains secure, and all NEM mobile wallets and NEM nano wallets also remain secure and intact in the wake of the hack that happened on Zaif. So they say that there's no known NEM holdings that are believed to be affected at this time. NEM also incorporates multi-signature technology that makes it harder for the NEM cryptocurrency and blockchain to be compromised by rogue hackers. So it says the Zaif hack is most unfortunate. We want to remind the entire cryptocurrency community to practice proper security measures to protect their funds. This includes multi-factor authentication and hardware wallets. It's also interesting to note that Zaif has stopped withdrawals and deposit for the ones that we're having the issue with, so Bitcoin, Mona, Bitcoin Cash. Also, they've done it for counterparty tokens, which there's a few of them down here, including Pepe Cash. Sure, everybody uses that all the time. So it says that they've also contacted the Bureau of Finance and investigative authorities regarding the issues. The Zaif team is working towards rebooting its servers, parallel to increasing security check measures and other server reconstruction. So there you go. We have another hack. Why am I not surprised? So let's move on. Let's talk about some coin news today. We could talk about hacks and security all day long. We really could make a whole episode out of it. So you have Binance revealing plans to launch crypto exchanges on almost every single continent. So these guys are absolutely unstoppable, and to think that they only did it with a $15 million ICO. 15 million. But that's not enough for most of these ICOs, right? We got to raise hundreds of millions of dollars. joking, but seriously, when you raise those massive amounts, you set yourself up for failure. Getting off topic here, let's talk about Binance. So having conducted closed testing on Tuesday, CZ said that he hopes the platform could be up and running within months, though he added that working with banks and regulators is much harder than just with cryptocurrencies. Clearly, we know this. So noting that this move appears to be a reversal to what Binance has been known for, which is its crypto-to-crypto trading, Zhao admits that the crypto market capitalization is still significantly lower than traditional finance instruments. Fiat is where all the money is, and we've got to open that gate. So they're looking to do a lot of these fiat on-ramps in all these different countries, all these different territories. Obviously, they're going to go to the ones that are most accepting, and those that don't might get left behind, might get left in the dust, you know? Now, this I just thought was really cool. I didn't know this. This is at the bottom of the article. So it says, asked if he was concerned about whether market volatility would significantly affect Binance's business, CZ responded that he actually sold his house in 2014 to buy Bitcoin, after which the price dropped from $600 to $200. So he sold his house in 2014, bought Bitcoin at $600, and then Bitcoin fell to $200. And then he said, despite the fall, he didn't sell, adding after that, I'm just not that worried. So how's that a tale of hodl, right? I mean, obviously there's a lot of coins out there, we know. But as far as Bitcoin, I mean, this guy sold his house, bought Bitcoin at $600, went all the way down to $200. Look at we are today. Hit an all-time high of 20K. So also, but then again, let's talk about actually what's going on in a lot of these dApps, right? So we're talking about hodl, but for example, you know, Kevin Rook points out Auger has had 25 users in the last 24 hours. That's roughly one person per hour. That's a 90% drop in users since launch back in July. Auger is currently the 44th ranked ETH dApp by users, which is scary to think that the 44th, even though that's, you know, sounds pretty high when you think about things, but one user per hour, right? I mean, think about, like, would the Apple Store even consider listing something like this? I mean, if you were like, yeah, we have 24 users per day. Just something to think about, man. Just something to think about. So you also have Charlie Lee coming out. He was defending Litecoin. There's been a lot of FUD. Do we need it? Now that Bitcoin's got the Lightning Network, you know, what's the point, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, we had that Litecoin summit recently, so there's clearly a lot of people that support this. He went on to point out a whole bunch of different things, saying that Litecoin hasn't actually been, you know, forked yet. It was the first to, you know, implement test SegWit and all these other things. So if you're interested in reading it, I'll drop this below. He obviously had a series of tweets, but, you know, people still kind of say it's interesting how he sold at the top, right? But then again, he had a good reason to sell, I guess. He kind of knew that the markets were going insane, so he was just trying to capitalize on it. But the interesting thing is that he won't buy back into it, but I get it. Conflict of interest. Okay, Chuck. But seriously, check it out, guys. Interesting read. I mean, what do you guys think about Litecoin? Do you think Litecoin has a future? Do you think once Bitcoin gets all of these implementations, is it going to be necessary? When I first got into crypto, guys, I actually used to use Litecoin a lot. I liked Litecoin more than Ethereum originally back in the day. Ethereum was having a lot of issues. It was getting clogged. CryptoKitties had just came out. So for me, Litecoin was a better solution. But lately, it seems that the prices are a little cheaper with Ethereum, and Ethereum seems to be moving okay right now. But what do you guys think? Let me know. I'm a pretty big fan of Litecoin. I like it. I just haven't really used it a lot recently. Yeah, so that's kind of my take. Pretty neutral on it. We also have PNC Bank, a top 10 bank in the US, has joined RippleNet. PNC customers will be able to receive real-time cross-border payments. So there you go. Now, are they going to be using XRP? I don't know, but either way, you know, I'm not going to be the guy to bash on Ripple, bash on XRP. Listen, if they're doing things, if they're using it, they're getting the tech, they're helping us get quick payments, you know, across borders, well then, you know, who am I to argue on that situation, right? We also have Horizon State Team introducing Coinpocket. So this is actually an early release, earlier than expected, and it's a charity application. So they say, what is it? Well, Coinpocket is our way of publicly and transparently committing a portion of the revenue that passes through Horizon State to charitable organizations as Horizon State receives payments, whether that's in the form of HST, which is their token, or fiat, which will then be converted into the HST. A percentage is committed to the charity wallet. So they say roughly every 6 weeks, they're going to select a group of charities to be the recipient of the funds, but they say there's a twist. They're not just going to divvy the funds up equally. They're going to run a blockchain-based public vote using Coinpocket to determine what percentage of the funds go to each of the charities. So currently they have Care for Africa, Red Cross, and Street Smart Australia. I'm sure they're going to be adding a lot more to the list as well. By the way, there's more to this article. They go into how it's going to be divvied up, etc. And, you know, if you guys came out to the live stream last night, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, so we sat down with Nuggets News, and we were actually talking, and he was the one that told me about it, actually. So, yeah, I mean, these are real use cases for blockchain projects, so definitely check that out as well. We also have, it says, announcing BancorX, the first cross-blockchain decentralized liquidity network. Is it the first? I think there's a few other projects that have worked on things like that. Maybe they're speaking specifically about EOS, but could be wrong, don't quote me, but they say, we are thrilled to announce the expansion of the Bancor protocol to EOS. Bancor has ported its public code to EOS in preparation for the launch of its decentralized cross-blockchain liquidity network, supporting Ethereum and EOS mainnets. So, for now, Bancor has released its open source smart contract on EOS as well as an embeddable user interface that processes EOS-based tokens conversions on the testnet using Scatter, which is the most popular EOS web wallet. They say they've launched these tools in a partnership with Bancor's block producer team, Liquid EOS. So what are the advantages, right? What is this good for? Well, 1 second transactions as opposed to 10 seconds on Ethereum, no transaction fee as opposed to, obviously we could see some high ones on Ethereum when it gets clogged, and then no front running risk. EOS transactions are not prioritized by gas fees as they are on Ethereum. So, Bob Ross painting a happy little Bancor moon? Could it be? I don't know. We'll have to see, guys. But it is exciting. It is exciting news. Now, also, let's talk about Poloniex. Now, they're getting serious. You're starting to see the purge, right? This bear market has really allowed people to sort of like look at their portfolios or even just look at some of these coins and ask yourself, what is the point, right? There's even a website. I can't remember. It's like deadcoins.com or something like that. And it's just an astronomical list of just projects that are just completely dead in the sand. They have no use. So I'm not saying these projects are dead, by the way. I'm just saying that Poloniex is delisting them under their new rules. Now, these are the coins. You have Bitcoin Dark, Bitmark, Einsteinium, Gridcoin, Neos Coin, Potcoin, Vericoin, and Bitcoin Plus. Now, what's interesting is you actually see Bitcoin Dark getting delisted. Now, they had a massive pump. It was like I don't even remember, a few weeks ago or something like that. However, Poloniex has clearly stated that they do not like these pump and dump type things. So Bitcoin Dark is being removed as well from the list. So there you go. We also have members of the Senate Finance Committee and the House Ways and Means Committee. They have sent a letter to the IRS on Wednesday requiring that it please clarify the rules on cryptocurrency taxes and why it issued broad summons for Coinbase users' data in 2016. Now, I heard that they have everyone that's basically done over $20,000 worth of Coinbase transactions is basically being audited within the past year, or they've had their information given away to the government. So as you guys know, I only use crypto for everything. And if I do have to transfer it, yes, I do use Coinbase. So I'm most likely on this list as well because I keep everything in crypto. I only use just what I need to survive. And if I can pay in crypto, I pay in crypto. Like even for some of these conferences, if they take crypto, I'll pay in crypto. That's just because like I like to basically put my money where my mouth is, right? And then so basically they say why it matters. Well, the IRS hasn't issued any guidance on the topic since 2014 memo declaring cryptocurrencies property for the purpose of taxes. However, a number of issues have cropped up since then, like Bitcoin forks, using cryptocurrencies for purchases that continue to make paying taxes extremely confusing. And, the other thing too is, how does that work? Because a lot of people are down right now. So I don't know, very complicated. And I think that it's going to be a long time coming until we really truly understand exactly 100% how these taxes work. Now, I want to talk about something really, really interesting before we go. And that's the crypto godfather, David Chaum, to revolutionize the sphere, building a better Bitcoin. So what is this all about? Well, apparently, he's eCash's founder, right? And it says in 1982, he was a student at California, Berkeley, and he was the first to create blockchain technology. He's known to be the inventor of digital cash and the father of online privacy. Now he's ready to launch his innovative new blockchain solution called Elixir. Okay, so he's kind of been hinting at this. He's talking about it. He's saying that it's better than Bitcoin. It's 1,000 times faster than some of these other blockchains. Yeah, very interesting. It has all these different privacy features. So some people are a little skeptical about this, but at the same time, considering who this is saying this, Interesting. Will it gain that mass user adoption that we have from Bitcoin right now? Could it take over Bitcoin? I don't know. Interesting. We have to see, though, what this is moving forward. And finally, before we go, I just wanted to leave on a little bit of good news. We have 15 global banks, trading firms, and an inspection company launched on Wednesday, a new venture under the brand Chaum SA. So this new entity, headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, would develop a blockchain-based open platform to digitalize the trade and commodity market. The venture plans to launch the platform by the end of this year. Initially, Chaum will be used for energy, with the first trade operations to be oil cargoes in the North Sea. Here's sort of a list right here. I didn't really want to go through all of them. So you have, ABN, AMRO, Citi, BNP, Paribas, Credit. It's a whole bunch of them. But yeah, there you go. Real use cases for blockchain technology. That being said, you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Really feeling kind of good today. It's feeling like an all right day. Crazy stuff that happened, though, with that the chart this morning, right? But looks like everything's all right. Hope you guys are getting excited. We're almost there. It's almost time for the weekend. So as usual, I have to say thank you so much to everyone who's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys are freaking awesome. Once again, if you didn't have an opportunity to check out the interview that I did, it looks like it froze. With Nuggets news. It was really awesome. I'll drop a link in the description below. That being said, thanks to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys are awesome. I freaking love you. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.